We are back. This is part 6 of the FJ40 project. While I was taking weeks to do the knuckles, I had already ordered other parts that I seen needed to be replaced. So they're here already and we could jump straight to it. We don't have to wait. And hopefully it's way easier than that knuckle job because that one kicked my butt. Anyways, let's dive right into it. Okay, let's pop this open and I'll show you exactly why we ordered all those parts. So there is a hood prop rod that goes right here, but you can also flip it all the way over and get a bunch more room. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm always cautious of closing this and getting the cover out of the way, make sure I don't pinch anything. So if you haven't seen my previous videos, this is the motor. It's got 52,800 original miles. I took the head off, changed the head gasket, a couple of valves, valve seals. Every gasket basically from the head up is replaced. Rebuilt the carburetor, new fuel pump, and it fired right up. So now we're just getting onto the braking system and all the powertrain to get it to drive safely. I don't want to go on my maiden voyage and have a breakdown anywhere. So we've got the clutch slave right here. There's nothing visually wrong with it that I can see in here, but I'll have to jump inside and check. Aside from the resi just having obvious cracks from age, here we have the brake master. What worried me most about this is that we've got a little bit of leakage from the cylinder, and brake fluid always eats the paint. So you can buy a rebuild kit. I don't know how good the bore is on this, so I ordered a new one. If it's rebuildable, I will keep it and rebuild it for originality's sake. But the one I got is gonna be brand new. I won't have to worry about any problems, so that one is going in for now. The only thing I'll have to transfer over are these pressure sensors. And jumping over to the brake lines, these are literally the original brake hoses from 1978. And I know this because of this right here. We've got 11 of 78, which is the exact VIN production date on the door tag. So I don't trust these going down the road. And once I get those lines on, I will be taking the calipers off and rebuilding those as well. Here we have the clutch slave line, which is also date coded with 11 of 78. And there we've got the clutch slave. So what concerned me the most on the clutch slave was actually this fluid coming out of the drainage. That is literally brake fluid. So the clutch slave has failed. And that's why I bought that. Another hydraulic component that I don't want failing on the maiden voyage. It's cheap enough to replace and not worry about it in the future. And last but not least, this brake line right here from the frame down to the axle is also date coded 11 of 78, which is the factory hose. There's one more going from the frame down to the axle in the front, so that makes 4. You've got 2 from the frame down to the axle and 2 in the front from the axle to the brake caliper. And then the clutch slave hose is the 5th. The first thing we'll be doing is bench bleeding this thing. It's got to be bench bled before it can get installed. And the procedure is pretty simple. So we'll take off the caps, take off these caps, and these. I'll have to go get the sensors off the old one before we can do it. Okay, so I pulled off the harness. We've got this little jumper going to the rear sensor and the one coming from the main harness on the front sensor. Now we've got a 27mm socket, and we'll just hope these break free easily. I'm going to wire brush these real quick. As you can see, they're a little ugly looking, so we'll get it cleaned up. Okay, so per the instructions, we put this thing in a bench vise. I have to take this off. Let's see. Oh, we'll just do it this way. There we go. Put this in the bench vise. Put the sensors on. Put the sensor on. I'm going to snug these up, but I won't go super tight until we get it back on the Land Cruiser. Okay, so we have those plugged because there's not going to be any leaks out of that. And we'll take the 2 plastic plugs from the supplier, put them in here. This is where the hard lines from the brakes on the Land Cruiser are going to screw into. And these are plastic, so I'm not going to go crazy with it, but I am going to tighten it. Okay, so that's nice and tight. Got trusty Toyota brake fluid. That's what it came with from the factory. And we're going to fill it up. And per the instructions from this supplier, I've got to leave it in there just a little bit so the fluid can go in and wet the seals. They don't want you pumping it dry. So that being done, hopefully the seals are lubricated a little bit. We have to put a blunt object, which I have a Kinked coilover adjusting tool, and you just put it in here and you kind of push it forward about 3/4 of an inch to an 1/8 inch, a little bit at a time. I want you guys to see this while I do it. It's going to get harder, so you can see the air coming out while I push. Push. And just little by little until it's no longer easy to push. Okay, that took forever. It wasn't hard, just took forever. So it's done. We will leave these plugs on until we get it on the Land Cruiser, and then we'll try to get the lines swapped over really quick once I take it off. I wanted to show you way up close some of the things that this brake line kit addresses. So you've got this one that goes here, and then this line will now go directly into the caliper. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is when I took it apart, I thought it was very strange that this bracket right here bolted to the top of this shield, and if you ever needed to change your brake pads, you have this hard line because this soft line bolts to the shield so you can turn, but then they went to a hard line which goes to the caliper. So you would have to take this whole mess off every time you want to service the brakes. Now, since it's going to be soft line directly to the caliper, I can just unbolt it and move it around with free play. I don't need to worry about this hard line getting in the way of anything. And then This guy, which is way longer, is going to go from here, which is basically just the mounting point, and then go down to this block, and this block bolts up here. Now you can see right away that this hose is way longer, and the reason being is it's accounting for lift and for more travel, which this will have once we put a kit on it. Anyways, it's very tight quarters. You won't see me in depth changing this thing, so we'll do a quick time lapse and get it all swapped out. Let me see that. That's crushed right there. That is not transferring hardly any brake fluid at all to the passenger side. Looked at the driver's side just to be sure I wasn't missing anything. You see that? It's a nice bend. This is the driver's side tube. It's a little brake fluid. I just cleaned it out. So I bought this for the Tacoma. I haven't used it yet, but it is a brake flare toolkit that has the correct flare for this FJ40. Right here, this is one that I made as a little practice run for the Tacoma, so I will be using it on the Land Cruiser. And there it is, very close as I can get it with the tools that I have. I just need to cut the ends, rob the fittings, flare the new line, and then we can continue moving forward. So these lines didn't come with any instructions. If it did, it would have been 10 times easier, but I finally figured out which braided hoses go where, how to route it. I've got my line that I bent right there, blending in nice and factory style, just like the driver's side, which I routed over the axle and plumbed it over here to this stainless line. Still don't have the calipers on yet. But that other line that you see hanging just above the pinion, that is the clutch slave line, and I changed the clutch slave as well. So every brake hose in this FJ40 is replaced. And right here we have a better view of the stainless braided line to the new slave right there. If you look back on the axle, there is one more line. You can't really see it, but it's up on the left by the leaf pack, and I have the hose for that. I just need to get to the rear axle once the front's all buttoned up. So the brake master is easy. We've got two lines right here, 4 bolts holding it to the booster. There's a little plunging rod that keeps it separate, so I just remove and replace really quick. This guy bolts to the firewall, and there is a little hook that's fastened to the pedal. But just similar to what I showed you underneath where it was leaking out of the boot, we do have a leaking master. So the slave failed and the master failed. And honestly, I haven't even looked under here yet, but I'm glad that I went ahead and just ordered everything, and we'll just call it done. Anyways, let's get on to the repairs. We'll time lapse this one, make it quick and easy. Man, and I just keep getting proven right time after time. Look at all the fluid that leaked out of the master cylinder. We're gonna have to clean that up and touch it up a little bit before I put the new one in. But right here you can see where it was just leaking out. Now you can take this snap ring out and pull the shaft out and rebuild it, but I don't know what the condition of the shaft is and if it's still usable. You know, if it's got pitting, it's useless. Aside from that, you know, these plastic reservoirs are all cracked from being just old and brittle now due to age. So we're just gonna change it. Here we have the new replacement. I'm not thrilled about the reservoir being blue, but it is what it is at this point. It's pretty much a one-to-one replacement. Besides that, I measured from the base here to the end of the flange, and I set it at the same setting. If I need to readjust, I could just break this loose, hold this right here, you can see it better there, and adjust. And I also set the slave to what the factory one was as well, so there's always room for adjustment. I just need to get it on the road, see what the pedal feels like, and we can go from there. But for now, I'm going to wire wheel some of this off, hit it with a little bit of rust reformer, let it dry, and then put it all back together. I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. We have the brake master, clutch master, and all of the stainless lines installed along with the clutch slave. And the clutch master, we'll get that bled. I'm not hooking up the brake lines yet until I get the calipers rebuilt. Then I'll put them on and we'll bleed that system. So still more work to come, but it's gonna happen like this.